And our main event of the evening, we will continue the dialogue that we just had about Saturday's main event because there was some shakeups. We already talked about the matches. We talked about who won. Two very important title changes: Jade Cargill, CM Punk winning world titles at Saturday's main event. A lot of chatter, and I'm gonna see if I could just for a second at least. I think I still have it somewhere on here because this was the one that sparked right here. This is the one that sparked the conversation. This was the picture that had the internet in a goddamn tizzy. They were not happy. For the record, I have my ear to the ground a lot when it comes to the wrestling stuff, and if I'm being 100% honest, I heard it from both sides. I heard AEW fans go, well, that's bullshit. I mean, seriously, they took our guys and made them champions and da-da-da. I heard WWE people that were like, that is kind of bullshit. Why are we wasting our time doing that? You know, we have much better homegrown talent that we could be utilizing. Punk's old. Jade's not a good wrestler. You know, there's the criticisms on both sides. But the crux of the conversation, or at least I thought it was, is that after everybody got done talking about that picture, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Ricky Saints, Jade Cargill, there were other people who were also pointing out on the other side of things, Jon Moxley, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné. There's, the original champion of AEW, Chris Jericho. You know, there's a lot of, WWE talent that have gone to AEW and made some waves. Edge, Adam Copeland, is a former TNT champion. It's the same thing on the WWE side. You weren't here for my rant last week about, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week when we did NXT Halloween, but you already know this. I don't like Ricky Starks, whatever you want to call him. I do not like him. I do not like him in a house. I do not like him with a mouse. I will not take him here nor there. I will not watch him anywhere. I do not like Ricky Saints, goddammit. I don't like him. But I respect them because when the Cody thing happened in AEW, he was friends with Cody. Cody kind of took him under the wing a little bit in AEW, showed him the ropes, you know, how to work TV, how to time out, how to work the heart. I mean, all that traditional stuff. He took Ricky to school on some of that stuff. Now, I know Ricky, someone's going to hear this and go, well, that's not true, because Ricky was in NWA before he did. It's NWA. Let's be real for a second. They do professional productions that's a much smaller scale than working TV in a 20,000 seat arena with multiple cameras. It's not the same thing. It's a little higher level, and he taught him that. When Cody's situation happened, and we're still in the dark as to the specifics, we kind of have an idea, but nothing really official. He stuck with his boy. He never turned around and was just like, you know what, before I get heat, he stayed with his boy. They did their thing. Ricky got in trouble for, I think, I forget which Rumble it was. Like Cody brought him to one of the Rumbles or whatever as a guest or whatever, and somebody took a picture and it was posted on social media, and they got mad at him for that, and then he was taken off TV. And then Punk came to AEW, and him and Punk got close. And then when Punk became persona non grata in AEW circles, he stood 10 tones down. That's my friend. He's another guy I looked up to, and he took me under his wing, and he showed me how to be a main eventer and all this other stuff. I may not like him as a performer, but as a person, he sounds dope as fuck. He sounds like a down for you kind of guy. So I'm all for that aspect of it.
Maybe he just needs the different platform, because I'm not the biggest fan of him either. In the moment in AEW when I was watching, I didn't understand what the hoopla was.
Yes,
but if he gets an opportunity on a different platform around different people, and if he's willing to learn, see, I know that was one of the gripes he had with AEW, is that a lot of the young people had all these veterans around them and they weren't taking in information. If he's one to do it,
he is one, yeah.
and he's in a different atmosphere where that's accepted. Because you got to understand, he's a young guy with young guys. He's got to, not to say that he's trying to fit in, but like there's just a culture, regardless if you want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
So if you're in a different scenario, you could grow.
I don't like that he's the NXT champion, but of all the places he could be, NXT is the place to be. I think he's going to learn more there. I think he's going to do better there. But the championship thing was too soon because he's not a champion.
I think we
he's
can make the same argument with Jade Cargill right now.
We could.
We could.
I personally think it was a huge mistake not putting her in NXT, but now I understand why they didn't, because it would have been a waste of time. Look at that look. There's no way she would have learned how to wrestle out of the blue in NXT. There's no way.
No, and that takes me back to what I was saying earlier about, like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to reserve a lot of my initial, because I thought the same thing when Jade won. The first thing I said in my brain, the same thing I said about Tiffany. It's too soon. Why are we doing this? But you know what? At the end of the day, what do I want, right? Because I was thinking about this.
Settle down and what do you want?
Right, because we were having the conversation how many years ago about we got the same people. We got the Baileys, we got the this person, we got the this person. Get them the fuck out of here. Get the new people in here and let them figure out if they can do it. Now that they're here and it's happening, and none of those people we're bitching about are here. Look at this group we're looking at. I mean, I know Punk ain't nobody new, but like you said, he shouldn't, in theory, on paper, shouldn't be there. Cody sure as fuck shouldn't be there. For many a reason. We can talk about many a reason why this whole AEW conversation with Cody in the picture wearing a WWE title is absolutely bizarro, right? But look at this image. There's no Roman Reigns. There's no Bayley. There's no Monet, whatever her name was before.
Sasha Banks.
There's no Bayley. There's no.
We've minimalized Charlotte Flair.
We've to a great place, by the way.
Yeah, she's doing great.
But you have two people that we could complain about. Alexa Bliss was one of those faces that had the title a lot, and Charlotte Flair are both off doing something else outside of the limelight, absolutely killing it. And now we're starting to get. I'm starting to get what I was asking for. Different people that aren't the same repetitive people. So you know what? That's what I was saying.
New faces.
I'm done. Is it too soon? Maybe. Fuck it. Let him try. Like, it's here. It's happening. I'm getting what I want. Someone new. Like they say, if they decide to do a Goldberg route with Jade and it works, it's better than fucking Bayley. Like, not that Bayley's not bad. I'm starting to I'm getting my break from Bayley, so I'm okay when I see her now. But
they went the Charlotte Flair route. She's in a tag team now.
It's different. And this is what I've been asking for. It's here now. So now let's just see it play through, and hopefully they do something with it. Because I've been asking that for almost they've been doing the same, drop the belt to one guy, he passes the baton, he holds that shit forever. And then it's been a rinse and repeat for decades of the rinse. Now titles have been dropped multiple times. New people are getting the belt. The old people aren't even getting title shots. It's other people getting. Fuck it, let them work, dude. If it ends up being trash, then whatever. But at least it's not the same bullshit over and over and over and over and over.
And I feel like both sides have had their hits and misses, right? So we'll show a picture of 4 people who have had successes, but then there's people who are coming from AEW to WWE that are having some success. Ethan Page, Blake Monroe, Alexis King. There's been Sean Spears. There's some successes there. And then on the AEW side, you can make the argument Jericho was a success. Moxley was a success. Shane Swerve Strickland has become a success. There's a guy who never really got a chance to be on the main roster in WWE. He was only really NXT and ascended to main event level in AEW. Obviously, Mercedes Moné. Obviously, Tony Storm. But then you have
Tony Storm, probably the biggest story,
probably of the grouping.
If you're talking transfer, I think Tony Storm pound for pound is the biggest success story going in that direction
by far. of all the ones that people say, oh, the WWE fumbled, that was the one that I think they fumbled.
I would say that was an actual fumble.
That was an actual fumble, was Tony
if
Storm.
you want to call it that. But
Yeah, remember that was the person they were dogging because they thought she was, quote, fat. But yeah, she was.
Somewhere, I'll tell you what.
In that ass.
To this day, my Discord
but it's also
is our Discord icon.
Is Tony Storm?
Yes, absolutely. To this day, I'm looking at it right now. Tony Storm with like a football jersey and like a long shirt and glasses with the.
There you go. Yeah. But they've also had their misses. Claudio Castagnoli is a fucking waste of time. Pac, all that goddamn talent. Both these individuals, but all that goddamn talent. Nothing. They've had their hits. They've had their misses on all sides. So I have to ask the question now, who has benefited the most from the shakeup? Of all of the individuals that went to AEW and were successful, but then all the AEW people that have gone to WWE and been successful. And I know people, Cody and Punk are very clearly not AEW guys, right? Cody more than Punk because he helped
Punk. No, not Punk. Punk, not at all. I don't count Punk at all. Punk personally, I don't count him. No.
Cody, I will include in the group of being an AEW guy for the sole reason of him being one of the
leader of it. Yeah,
he's one of the founders of the company. But I will not let people forget that despite being a founder, when AEW began, from day one, the criticism on Cody was always that he performed and presented himself as a WWE guy from the beginning.
His presentation, everything.
The way he had his matches, the way he developed his character.
That's what made him annoying.
That's what made the fans turn on him, is that he was too WWE. So that's why you have to consider him an AEW guy technically, because if not for him, there's no telling if that company ever exists at all. However, they never really embraced him over there. Ever. He was never, ever really looked as a part of the team.
I see what you're saying, but I think the reason why he is Mr. AEW is because without him, it doesn't go where it went.
Fair. I still don't believe to this day that AEW exists without Cody Rhodes.
Does not.
I don't think
not
they
at the
survive.
Level
I don't think they survived the pandemic.
Nope.
Without Cody Rhodes, I don't think they get the rights deals they've gotten for multiple shows. Without
they don't
Cody,
get the talent.
There's
certain talents that went over there.
Well,
because Cody was there.
Yeah, I think a lot of the young talent that left AEW was because of Cody as well.
Yeah.
That pull, that relationship that he had with those talents, it never really went away, despite leaving for another company. Cody, I think, did such a good job with AEW. It's the reason he's the quarterback of WWE now. He was able to prove to them that he could carry the ball. That's how good a job he did. To where Vince McMahon flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and said, "Yeah, I think we're gonna do that." They brought his whole presentation into WWE. The color scheme, the gear, the music, the lighting, everything was AEW's presentation. They just brought it to WWE. That's how good of a job that he did. And when he came to WWE, he was met with great anticipation. And I was one of the ones who was loudest when I said, I don't think they're going to give the ball to Cody, specifically because of the AEW.
They weren't. Let's be honest. They were not. There were two very fortunate things that happened to Cody. He tore his pec, and he was a man and finished the thing, and he got a lot of respect for it. That was the momentum, because he got the respect, of course, of the locker room, but most importantly of the fans. He caught a lot of respect for the fans. So then when the other thing happened around that Mania, that also wasn't going to happen. The dude was damn near in tears going into the final match of that run that was supposed to end for him, because they were going to move on with the other segment, in which then the fans took over for him. So to your point, yes, it wasn't going to happen. We
Yeah.
both said he was going to come in as shock value because he shouldn't be back because of what he did, and he's coming back. That's the shock value. Then we're going to beat on him a little bit. We're going to put the carrot in front of him, but we're never going to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And then a torn pec changed his entire career. And now he's standing in front of us as a champion, selling us as Mr. WWE, which is still to this day fucking wild. Like, I don't
Not
think
just
people, enough
wild,
people
but
talk about it.
let me bring it back up for a second because I'd like to challenge some people out there. I'll bring up the picture one more time here. Look at the 4 people here. And I just said 2 seconds ago, I don't like Ricky at all. As a performer, I don't like Ricky. But of the 4, the coldest person right now in that shot is Cody.
I think so.
He's the only one
At the moment, right now,
that doesn't really have a lot of momentum going
they're
on.
building a turn on him. I think a turn on him will completely rejuvenate
Cody?
Yes. I feel like they are.
They're not gonna turn Cody at this point. No fucking way.
They're
way.
doing all
I understand how the match went and the pushing of the ref and the frustration and the yeah. I get it. There's no fucking way. They're doing something very similar with Jay right now. For some reason, I get this feeling like they're trying to.
It's like they're edging you, like they're gonna.
That's the word. That's the word. They're edging them up a little bit. They're bringing their baby faces like right to the line. Because they're like Jay's still doing babyface shit, but that Royal on Raw last week or 2 weeks ago, where Jimmy saves Jay, then Jimmy saves Jay, and the minute Jimmy even starts tilting over the top rope at LA Knight, Jay eliminates everybody. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is that's the real kind of scumbaggy move, but yeet, nigga, like you're saying, like this,
but yeet though.
But yeet though. And my wife's getting sick of watching wrestling with me because I keep saying the things before they say it on TV, before it happens, before they say it, I should say. Jay was doing the promo before Saturday Night's Main Event last Monday. Jay was doing a promo about the championship match, and he did it 4 letters, 1 word, and they played Punk's music. And I looked at stuff and I said 4 letters, 1 word, Punk, just to be a dick. And then Punk gets in the ring and he's cutting a promo on Jay, and Punk goes 4 letters, 1 word, and he looked at his shirt and goes, Punk. And I went, oh, come on, I just did that.
I did that. I just did that. You stole that from me.
I just did that. And I'm still taking credit for my tweet for when he was wrestling John Cena. And
somebody's got to.
It was being a hypocrite, but I digress. But it's happened a few times. She also gets mad when they do moves that she either never seen before or doesn't know the name of, and then I say it, and then they say it on TV. It happened at Saturday's Main Event. Jade was doing Fall Away Sam. She was picking him up, Tiffany, and just fucking chucking her. And I was like, Fall Away Slam. But another Fall Away. She did like 4 of them, 3 of them, something like that. And Steph's looking at me like, God damn it. And then at the TV, I think it was Barry, goes, she's going crazy with these Fall Away Slams. And my wife goes, God damn it. She says, it's like an echo in here, God damn it. But yeah, I of that grouping, I think right now Cody Rhodes might be the coldest of the group. But I'll end this segment with this quick comment about gatekeeping, because that's where a lot of the anger I feel like comes from. My team, my people, that kind of thing. Personally, I'm a fan of gatekeeping. I like gatekeeping. I like it. It's mine. It's mine, and you can't have it. No one can have it. It's only good when I have it. I love it to a degree. I love it. I like the idea of personalizing something. I like the idea of tethering yourself to something, like a fandom thing, right? Everyone has a favorite television show. Everyone has a favorite sports team or musical group or whatever. Everybody has a favorite something. And they don't really like when other people shit on their favorite things, Mm-hmm. So I get to a degree when people get upset. And they're like, well, we tried to push Jade and it just didn't work out the way we thought it would. And now they're pushing Jade. I don't think it's necessarily working out the way they thought they would. But, they gave her the championship despite us and all that. So it's like, is it really in spite of you? Could it just be that she has an amazing look and they think that she should be champion? And same thing with Cody. When Cody came in, we just described, we didn't think that they would pull the trigger on that, and they did. CM Punk winning the world title is, I'll be honest, it's hilarious. It's hilarious at this point. Because I remember when Punk won the AEW world title. I think that was a stunner. Because I remember very vividly and very specifically him going to AEW and saying that he wasn't really interested in being the world champion. Not that company, because he was more interested in teaching and doing more stories with a lot of the fresh talent, the new talent, people he had never had a chance to even be in the same room with, that he was looking into that. But obviously Tony Khan was like, well, you have to be champion. You're CM Punk. He just wanted to say he had CM Punk as champion. I still say to this day, the minute that belt got on CM Punk is when all the problems started. It's when all the problems started, because there were so many people backstage that didn't want that to happen. Now we fast forward to WWE, and I promise you, there probably still is people in that locker room that don't want to see it happen. But I promise you there's a lot less in WWE's locker room. Because WWE's locker room has adults in it. These are adults. I'm hearing now that the real life shit between Punk and Rollins is practically gone at this point. They worked it out. It helps to work shit out when you get to go in the ring and punch him in the face. You feel better. You punch him in the face, they go, okay, we good now? All right, you go ahead, take a shot. Come on, let's go. All right. We good? You want to go have a beer? No, I can't. All right, let's go have a soda. And then you go, and then you go and you handle your business. So I'm looking forward to the day, and it'll come, when neither side is even paying attention to the other. I'm waiting for that.
As far as AEW and WWE?
Either side.
I feel like what's only one side.
No. WWE
is it
does
both?
WWE does their little pot shots and their little comments, and
yeah, but that's like fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is like what?
It's like that's just for fun, though. It's not serious.
That's the funny thing about it.
Serious.
It's not serious to the person who. It's like a bully situation, right? When you're the bully, it's not that serious. When you're the one being bullied, it's annoying because you're like, the fuck.
Welcome to life, buddy.
Yeah. When you take the little kid and you ruffle his hair like that, oh, come on. To you, it's just in jest. So the person getting his fucking head played with, the fuck, man. I feel like that's the relationship. I feel like AEW was the little brother WWE really didn't ask for. They're not going to be able to get rid of it. They have to kind of live with it. They don't really want to acknowledge it, but they have to. Triple H to this day still gets AEW questions. To this day. So there's nothing really, it's not going anywhere because the kid, as they call him, Tony Khan, has money to do whatever the fuck he wants. He's out here blowing money on themes. He's got $1 million budget on renting music for entrance themes. He's not playing with a full fucking deck. So they're not gonna sit there and waste their fucking time with that. That's why they're at war. What is it? Wednesday. When NXT was on Wednesday, it was just like NXT. They AEW won the war against NXT. All right. Yeah, you beat the Staten Island Yankees. You didn't beat the New York Yankees, dude. Relax. It's all right. I know it's fun to be in Coney Island, but you beat the Cyclones. You didn't beat the Mets. It's all right. It's okay. And now AEW is having a hard time staying afloat on their own shit. So, and that they're not the only ones. WWE, people forget, WWE is making a lot of profit and they're making a lot of money, but they're not selling a whole shit ton of tickets either. It could be because they're priced way the fuck out, but it is what it is.
People saving their money for that main event, the big one.
Yeah, I think they're having an easier time selling their bigger events. It's those local shows. Like, for instance, Raw yesterday, they said it was like at a 65 6,500 seat venue, which is not the norm for them anymore. That's dialing it back a little bit, but save some money. Fuck it, why not? The show's going to look dope regardless. Yeah.
Well, we don't go there. Going to Vegas, so
yeah, they're doing Survivor Series at Petco Park in San Diego, California. They don't have a problem selling tickets. They have an issue selling them consistently because of the markup and the price. But for the big events, people are going to come. People are going to show. It's those local, those little, like those Raws and SmackDowns that are hard to like get your hands on because they're just, what are you really watching? Who knows?